It is Monday, and we're here for a little bit of Q&A.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it small. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive.
What industries do you think should be posting their products on Instagram and why?
I feel like in theory, if you can take some cool pictures or if you're shooting videos or if you have videos, anybody can go to Instagram, upload videos to the Reels, upload images as a post. But it comes down to, do you have something that's cool, right? Like, so machine shops definitely can get more traction on Instagram than somebody else. But if you can take a picture of what you're making or do a video of your process, definitely that should go on Instagram. I feel like in general, Instagram's evolving with their fighting over users from TikTok to Instagram. Like, if you're in the Instagram game as a personal person, so as a consumer, you'll see that once TikTok came along and started getting famous over the last couple of years, a lot of what you see on Instagram is just people reposting their TikToks. And so then Instagram came out with Reels, which is now where they want you to post their content onto the Reel side, if it's video content. So I feel like if you can show something that is cool looking or somewhat educational, I feel like anybody can go on Instagram nowadays, whereas traditionally it's only been people that can show cool pictures, machine shops, cool parts they're making, fabrication type things. I felt like that is what it used to be, but these days I feel like, honestly, just try it out and see what happens and see if you can get any sort of traction. Don't go into it thinking like, I'm going to blow up on Instagram for my manufacturing company. Like, it's going to be a slow and steady race, but keep in mind, like, most people have Instagram and most people are on there. It's just getting their attention. So I feel like my advice would be try it. You got to show something cool. It can't just be always the same thing over and over again.
I'm new to the manufacturing industry. How should I go about cold calling?
Cold calling sucks. Nobody likes it. If you like it, you are a unicorn. But the way to go about cold calling is you have to understand the people that you're calling, they don't have time. They don't have patience. You need to get direct to the point. So to go about cold calling, pick up the phone, call the people. Now, if you're calling the main number, ask for who's in charge of this decision, who is part of this decision, whatever it is. But just pick up the phone and call. Try and get the name and extension of that person. Talk to that person and understand they're short on time. You don't have to waste time with like, hey, this is, I work for this company and we're a leader and blah, 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 blah. And you go through your initial scripting pitch. You need to get direct to the point because you know they don't have time. So you just say, my name's Kyle and I work for this company. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you have any issues with this? Do you have any problems with that? What's the top 2 things that are holding you back from efficiency optimization or something like that? Just go direct to the point and don't waste any time, because long scripts and thought out scripts where you're going into your value proposition first, they're sitting there listening for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That is not the way to do it. Go right into it. You know it's a cold call. They know it's a cold call. If you can make a joke about it and be like, look, this is a cold call. I'm Kyle with this company. I just wanted to see, are you the right person to talk to about this? And see what happens. The other thing you need to understand is that 70, 80% of the time, nobody's going to pick up the phone. You have to be ready to leave a voicemail. If you have their email address, you need to send them an email immediately following up after you leave the voicemail. And you just keep on going. Do not take no answers or people hanging up on you or people as telling you no as like nobody wants to buy from me. You have to take that rejection on the chin and move on and keep making those phone calls till you figure out how many calls do you have to make before you get through and talk to somebody.
My blog posts are currently not ranking. Should I be worried?
Should you be worried? It depends on the amount of time that it's been. If you post something and it hasn't been ranking for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 40 days, not a huge deal. There's a couple things that you need to look at though. Is your title optimized for SEO search? Do you have the on-page SEO optimization done for that article? Is there an H1 tag, an H2 tag, an H3 tag? Do you have the keyword density of the phrase that you're trying to go after? Is it in the 1, 2, 3% density of the entire article? So that means that take 3% of the total amount of words. If your words are 1,500, multiply it by 0.03. That gives you how many times, that's what 3% is. That gives you how many times you need to say that phrase to be higher up on the Google search results. So I think it depends on time. If you haven't waited a long time, then don't worry about it. But if it's been 2-3 months and you're getting no traction, no rankings, then yes, I would definitely say that you either need to re-index it through Google search, or you need to change something on the article to make sure it's search friendly. One good way to just kind of kick it in the butt and boost it is that if you write an article, you know it's on-page optimization for SEO is done, you know you're good to go, send it out in emails, post it on social, send it out anywhere you can to get eyes on it so that way Google sees that people are actually clicking it, they're sticking to the article, they're reading through the article, they're spending 30 seconds, 2 minutes on your site, because then Google will say, this is a good URL, let's re-index it, let's boost it up in the rankings, and then track it from there and see how it goes. So with that being said, guys, that's going to end it for today's show. Be sure to subscribe to me wherever you want to consume the content, and we will see you on the next one.